Hello everybody and welcome back to Pleasantview. Today we're going to be doing a tour of our functional school. The functional school is here on the edge of town. It is called the Hillside General School. Our Hillside General School schedule is Monday is Physical Education Day, Tuesday is Natural Sciences Day, Wednesday is Visual Arts Day, Thursday is Domestic Sciences Day, and Friday is Industrial Arts. So I play my school as a community lot, and when we play the oldies the first day, Coral Oldie is going to purchase this lot. She's not going to pay for it with her own funds. We're going to give her the money to do that because this school will be passed from principal to principal as a business lot that they own, but which really is owned by the town. If you've never played functional schools, it is a ton of fun. You get to see all of the students at school. This is part of the Sim Logical functional school mod set, which I'll link in the description below. If you watch the behind the scenes videos for some of our families, you'll know that the way that I play functional schools is to have one day a week to have each of the elective classes taught. Now this is a lot that I downloaded and very heavily renovated. I will link the original build in the description below. I tried to keep the school medium-sized since I wanted it to be for our entire neighborhood. There's no separation in this Pleasantview between public and private school students or children and teenagers, so I wanted to have some space, but I did want to keep it relatively small. Now the first thing that I want to do is actually show you a bird's eye view of this. We're going to take a look from the top down since the school is only one story, and then we'll go through a tab tour. So in the front we have the courtyard, which also links to the physical education area. And if you go through the front of the school here, this part near the bottom is the office, school principal, and staff lounge. On the left side here, we have the domestic sciences classroom, the children's classroom, the teenagers classroom, the visual arts classroom, the natural sciences classroom, and then in the middle here we have the industrial arts room, which is next to the computer and library. We also have bathrooms and a picnic and play area. So here in the front we have a bus stop, and then in the front here this gate will be locked when we play the school. And then in the front courtyard here, this is where the students sort of hang out before school. This is the school bell, which is the functional to start the school day. And then over here to the left, we have the basketball courts, and we have an outdoor soccer area. This is the teacher's podium for physical education. This is where Nina Caliente comes to go to work. I do use the opportunity pack for this build, so I will link to the opportunity pack in the description below. I do use that for my schools. Not heavily, but I do use it. Whoops, wasn't in tab. Let's go through the front doors here. This is the entryway. And first, let's take a look at the staff area. So if you go around in here, this is the staff area where they have a little desk for the receptionist and a little place to play golf. A time clock. This is the principal's office. This is where Coral Oldie comes to work, and we'll see this when we play her. And then back here is the staff lounge with a seating area and just a place to make lunch and a little bathroom. If we go back out, and so these doors, the principal's door and the staff lounge area, can be locked. We can also lock the office if we want. And then if we come, there is a classroom door here so that we can keep students in or out as we desire. And this is just the little computer and library. You'll notice I did give them the education bookshelf since this is the school. I feel like they would have that benefit. And if you go out, this is a non-classroom door. And so this is the play area, playground. There are picnic tables. And then this is the lunch area. So this is a functional lunch area where students can come and get meals. The cash register is unnecessary, but I may hire someone to work the lunch area just for visual purposes, or I may have the principal come do that. Once we get a full-time teacher, the principal can work during lunch to monitor the students and the playground while the teacher takes a break. And then we have bathrooms, very basic, mirrors, trash can, stalls, and the male bathroom is very similar. And you'll notice that there is we will lock this door here as well. The reason that I have a door here is actually because I love these classroom doors and they work well for shuffling the students around school, and they work really well for putting all of the students where they need to be, but they're supposed to let the principal in and out of all of the rooms, no matter what time it is, and I find that that's not actually always the case, and I do want the principal to be able to get into the natural sciences area at any time. So why don't we go ahead and go that way? So this is the natural sciences classroom. So it's in the greenhouse area so that all year round students can learn about nature, they can earn flower arranging badges, we can do some astronomy. One reason I did push the cash register, even though it's unnecessary, is because we do have the seed stand like you would see at our grocery store. And that's because I have the planting overhaul mod and I need seeds to be able to plant things. And so if for some reason I don't have them or I don't give them to the teacher in time, then the teacher can come here and buy them and I can have the principal work the cash register and just, we'll use school funds so that we have the seeds if we need them. All right, and this is the hallway. That's the door that went out to the outside area where they can have their lunch and their playtime. And this classroom right here is the art classroom. So it has a camera, it has painting easels. This is the teacher's podium, the teacher's easel, and we have pottery so they can earn pottery badges. These are functional so that children can use these pottery wheels and then the teenagers or adults can use these pottery wheels. If we continue down the hallway here, you'll notice if I turn left, that's the front door that we came in, so we have some more doors to go down over there. But over here at the back of this hallway is the older students' classroom. So this is our teen classroom. And there's the teacher's podium. This is the medical career reward. This is where we will enroll our students who are enrolled in this class. These are their desks. You can actually learn charisma from the skeleton. It's a functional skeleton. It functions like a mirror, so they can learn charisma. And then this is also functional, the little wooden block, and that's the teacher's desk. And then of course where our older students, this is the law podium, so where our older students can practice debate. And then this classroom here is our younger students' classroom, so they will have a bird, whereas our older students had fish. And their classroom is more focused on nature and music. Rather than all the students facing forwards, they work in groups. These are their pupil tokens. And this is an activity table where they can learn creativity and mechanical, which children can use. It's not just for toddlers. There's the teacher's desk. There's a piano. I wanted to give the teacher a guitar because it reminded me of kindergarten. When I was in kindergarten, my teacher played the guitar for us, but a piano is lovely also. So this is our children's classroom. Now I do have enough space for 8 students, even though I only put 6 pencil slots. So we will just see how much space we need. If you're interested, I can do another video about how I actually enroll and set up the school, how I manage their classes, the students, etc. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in any other functional school videos, and I can certainly add that to my list. So this is the domestic sciences classroom. The teacher's podium. They sit at these counters. And then there's a fully functional kitchen. And then children can use these ovens. Over here is a chocolate making station. And of course, where students can learn their sewing. And our last classroom over here is for our industrial arts. These are the architecture drafting tables. Our students can work on their robotics badges. They can work on their toy making badges. This is the seating area for where the teacher is, and it's got, a remote control car and things like that. As I mentioned, I do use the opportunity pack, so in classrooms like this where there's less for children to do, they're likely just going to be listening to the teacher read off of these items. The classrooms will of course evolve as I get more custom content or more functional items. Who our teachers are and who our students are will also change things. So you guys will have to let me know how you play your functional schools, or if you never have, if you're interested in doing so. I love to hear how everybody else plays. I find schools and prisons and other functional areas so much fun to add some different types of play style and add some different types of lots to the game. You'll see that at my school, a lot of the students can learn all of the different badges, all of the different skills. And this school will evolve as we continue playing it. For example, there's no indoor area for the physical education class, so during winter, if that becomes a problem, we may need to renovate. Let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions, ideas, or if there are any other school-related videos you would like to see, such as how I set up my functional school, what my inspiration was, or how I plan their days. Thank you so much for taking a tour of my functional school with me, and I'll see you next time in Pleasantview.